Arts Kai is a line that I have a strong attraction to. There are a number of the variant versions that I really like, as well as kind of the standard releases that they have. They are expensive and they are unusual in scale, usually around 10 inches, but they don't always even scale well with each other. You can see in this quick collection video here of the Kai that I have, that like the Bane figure from Dark Knight that I have doesn't scale well with the others at all. I do have a few, as you just saw. Primarily they're just unusual pieces that I really like the design of. I am a completionist of a lot of lines, or close to it. I have almost every Marvel Legend since the Mandroid line. I have every DC Multiverse figure in the 6-inch wave, since they kind of refreshed that Collect and Connect, I think, with the Justice Buster wave. I have all of the Darkest Night DC Direct figures. I have nearly every Mezco 112 collective. I have a lot of completionist in me. For whatever reason, I don't feel that way with the Play Arts Kai, which is fortunate because it would be a lot of money.
That's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your tricks for free.
But I do really like them, and I especially like characters that I don't have a lot of and that have very unique designs. So I was at Fresh Figures store, which is not terribly far away from me. My man Adonis. I went and saw him this weekend and picked up this Magneto that at the time of filming this in late January has just released, Play Arts Kai. He had it on display at his shop. I really was attracted to it, liked the way it looked. This entire wave, which also includes Doctor Strange and War Machine, all look fantastic. I can see myself picking them up. I also really want the Wolverine that was released recently and the Black Panther that was released recently. They just are a very different style of figure, lots of unique artwork and sculpting and effects, and I think they look great in a display case. So I picked up this Magneto. I actually only have a few Magnetos. I think I have the Marvel Legends Magneto that came with the Jubilee Wave, the Toys R Us exclusive. I have a Marvel Select Magneto, and I believe that is all that I have for Magneto in my collection, which is unusual for such a major villain, but it makes sense when you understand that Magneto's been a Fox property, and the way that Marvel does their licensing skews toward the Disney, quote-unquote, Marvel-owned properties versus their licensees like the X-Men. We don't get as many of those specific figures. At any rate, I am excited to review this for you. At time of recording, just several days ago at CES, DJI released the Mavic Air drone for order. I have a DJI Mavic Pro. That's what you've seen me use in my drone figure reviews, as well as when I just do aerial drone shots, which you can see elsewhere on my channel if you're interested in just seeing some cinematic music and kind of aerial drone shots. That's another of my hobbies that I like to put on the YouTube channel. But in light of that, I had a buddy, Gadget STL. You can check out his YouTube page. I'll stick a button up here. And he was going to sell his DJI Spark, which is the very small form factor drone. A lot more maneuverable, does not film in 4K, but has most of the same features in terms of just performance as the Mavic Pro. It doesn't have as long a battery life and range and things like that. But he was selling his and going to purchase the new Mavic Air. So I purchased his DJI Mavic Spark to utilize with figure reviews, get a little bit closer, and see if I could be more maneuverable so you can see better details of the figures. I will continue to use my DJI Mavic Pro when I do this as well as this Sony RX100 that I'm using right here. Just so you can get different angles, kind of droneception type of thing. And I hope you're enjoying that. I'm trying to learn how to cut in and out better and make those things a little more interesting. And eventually I'll do a comparison of the two drones for what I am using them for. I know there are an exhaustive amount of videos comparing those two drones, the video quality, etc. But I don't know how many reviews there are comparing them in terms of flying them around action figures. So look for that from my channel as well. So let's get Magneto open, look at him on the turntable, and then let's get him outside and see how the Spark works flying over Magneto. Here's the Arts Kai Magneto on the turntable here. First thing I'll say, I again am a big fan of Arts Kai. I hate their stand. You can see it there. It comes in multiple pieces. You have to use various screws, nuts, and bolts to put the pieces together and fix them the way you'd like to. It's just not very good. The Mavic stand is better. The Mezco stand is obviously way better. The stands that you buy, a 5-pack for $18 from Amazon, are better. A Figuarts Stage Act stand is better. Even just buying like a Kaiser doll stand is better. There's just not a lot of flexibility with these Arts Kai stands, and I don't understand why they don't do something better. I do like to use a stand because these figures tend to be a little top heavy and can fall over, and I don't want to damage them.
Everything is going to be alright.
But stand rant being over, let's talk about this figure. Here as he's turning, you can see his cape. His cape is fantastic. Just incredible details, rips. The paint is amazing. The kind of starry, glistening, I guess, magnetic effect, really good. It is a firm piece of kind of plastic molding, but it does lift up and down somewhat. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to use the stand at all. Then he has, you can see his face sculpt there. He's got teeth grit, and his eyes are lit up white. He has a regular face sculpt that has the mouth closed. I have the magnetic effects on both hands. He comes with those two effects. He comes with two fisted hands, two kind of standard open hands. His right hand would be a standard open hand, and then two open hands that are more angular. Kind of think if your palms are out, like you're asking someone for something. That's what I have on his left hand. And that's it. That is all the accessories he comes with besides the stand. However, he doesn't really need any. He looks just absolutely fantastic. The paint is incredible. It feels like metal, in a lot of places die cast. You take his helmet off and it's just a square peg for the face, so that's kind of interesting. I think you've probably seen figures like that before. But I would recommend this figure highly. I think I'll get a different stand of some type, but the figure itself just looks so good. And these variant Art Kai figures continue to impress. So I would highly recommend this. I'm going to try and fly the drone over him, see if we can get some footage with the new DJI Spark that I picked up. New to me, not new product. And he's about 10 inches tall, so we should be able to see him okay from the drone. The better ones I've done are when the figure is 12 inches or taller. The 6-inch figures are very difficult to see. So let's see how it looks from above. Okay, so we're outside. Got Magneto here. This is the Mavic Pro, which you're used to seeing me use. Tiny form factor to most people in terms of drones. This is the DJI Spark. Considerably smaller form factor. So let's get Magneto out here and see how things look.